Good morning. It is day 58. We are on our way again. It is just after 6 a.m. We're just getting started for the day. It was a wonderful evening. We were all alone up in this campsite, this great campsite. We had a really nice sunset and sunrise this morning. We had two owls, great horned owl and what I believe was a western screech owl calling in the night. We had lots of bird activity starting at 5 a.m. The olive-sided flycatcher apparently likes to get up early. It's kind of like a relentlessly calling like a whippoorwill does in the evening. So that got us going first thing this morning. But we have a really nice continuing here in the pine forest this morning. We are headed for probably 16 miles minimum today. Again, we're going to have to dry camp, so we're not sure how far we'll push with carrying our extra water today, so we'll see. At the moment, we are headed towards a fire station and day use area where they have a water faucet where we can fill up and then and also get rid of our trash. Two very nice things. So we will catch him with you soon. Alright.
He's not poisonous.
Cute little guy. Oops. No, he's not poisonous.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh. 4 miles of climbing in the early afternoon after doing 15.5 miles. We just got to the top. Oh boy, all these flowers are just gorgeous and they smell so good. That was kind of worth it.
Come near me though. I don't want you.
What day is it? 50?
7? No.
8. 58. Yeah, okay. Okay. Sorry. Let's try that again. Okay. This is the wrap up for day 58. As you can see, we are in our tent. And the reason why is because there is a swarm of bees outside. So I'll show you then when I step outside to take the video of the campsite. But they're just everywhere. They're not mean necessarily. They're just they're just
relentless.
Yeah, relentless. They're just at us and at everything.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's really crazy. So anyway, so that's why we're in the tent tonight. So today, long day.
It was a long day.
Long day, hot day.
It was hot.
Yeah.
It's amazing how hot it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Just right after whatever.
It was like 9 o'clock, and it was
Yeah.
already blazing hot.
Yeah.
So,
So we got up at 5. We
Yeah.
were hiking by 6.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately. So, and we made the first 14 miles pretty quickly.
we
got our
made
10 before 10.
yeah, and our 12 by 12.
We got a 14
We
before 12.
we were actually finished our goal miles of 15 point, let's say 15 and a half, by about quarter after 12.
Yeah.
That was it was
crazy and it was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And it was still cool
Yeah, cool. Yeah, as far as
Enough
today is concerned,
that
yes.
it's not just a drag.
Right.
But we stopped for lunch in shade where we could find it. And that's the other thing is that there's no
Nothing.
relief out here. There's no shade whatsoever.
Right.
So we kind of ducked in a little, ravine or something like
I don't
that.
know even
and
know
some
what it was.
shade.
Yeah.
And that was even, the sun was encroaching on that too for
Yeah. We kind
maybe
of
15 minutes.
we just we barely had
Just to
a
eat
spot
something.
just to get to eat. So
Yeah.
we took a couple of short breaks by the
get
time
water.
but we stopped for lunch at our goal for the night. What our original goal for the plan was for today. That's how far we got quickly. So yeah, it was they were pretty. We didn't have a lot of uphill. We had a lot of just flat and downhill. We had a few hills, and we had a couple that were.
No, we had when incline right after lunch.
Yeah.
We had the climb
Yes, we did have some,
Yeah.
but it was
in the hottest part of the day.
right. But we had more of the flat and cruisy
Yes.
miles, so that was good, and that's why we got so far so quickly today. However, yeah, right after lunch, we said we wanted to push more miles today to make tomorrow shorter, because tomorrow is the last day of wrapping up this section. When we had jumped up and to Walker Pass weeks and weeks ago to do the desert section, Sobo, we are now.
So glad.
Oh, it was
I couldn't imagine.
yeah.
It's hot and dusty now.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine doing it.
Continuing
doing
the
another-
next
yeah.
200 and some miles to do that section now. Just more weeks of more of this would just be just brutal. So tomorrow is our last day. We have a little over 12 miles to finish up this, and at that point we will have finished 653 and change miles of the trail, and and then our plan is to jump up to Walker Pass and do the 50 miles up to Kennedy Meadows, and then evaluate the Sierra Mountains. So more on that later, when we know what more is. So but at any rate, so today, just once lunchtime hit, really that's when the heat really set in, and we had a 4-mile climb. That was it wasn't a difficult climb by hill standards, but it was just hot and brutal, and we were
Every step is just hard.
yeah, and we were just kind of worn down from the miles that we had done early in the morning too. So but then we got to the top of that hill and we cruised down this side, coming downhill again. We got to our last water source, and
We took a break first.
we did.
We took a break. Yeah, we took like an hour and a half.
Oh, that's
in the
right.
shade. We finally found there's like
That's
a little
right.
campground
Yeah,
type of thing that probably would have stayed there, but they don't have water.
there's no
there.
water. Yeah,
And
Yeah,
to
there were-
carry it there would have been uphill all the way.
all the way. Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, so we found shade.
that's right.
But the bugs found us. The bugs are another issue out here, and there were bees there as well.
Bees. Yeah,
I got stung there. Did you got stung there?
I didn't get.
you
I
get
don't
stung
know.
in
I
the
got
water?
stung twice today. So I'm not sure. Well, I know where the second one was because it was right here at the end of the day. But that's right. We did take a very lovely, not necessarily relaxing, because of the bugs and the bees. But it was nice to get out of the heat of the day in the shade, just kind of get our shoes off and off of our feet for a while. So it was a good break.
Yeah.
And then we cruised here, got our water, and there's really, the water is an issue right now. I mean, it's always an issue, I think, in this stretch, because there's no water sources really around here, and everything that might be from snow is all dried up. So
the sources that we're finding though are clean,
they're clean.
fortunately.
And they're good.
It's not like mucky or dirt or mud or anything like that.
So yeah, the seasonal stream is still flowing, and we collected there. And then we had to try to find a campsite, because we did 20.1 miles today, and we're done. The next campsite was a mile away at least.
Yeah, which I didn't know. We probably would have pushed for that, but that's okay.
But that also didn't have water. It doesn't have water.
We would have been carrying.
The next water for us is tomorrow, 8 miles away. So really, it didn't make sense to move on. So we climbed the 0.2 up this service road. That is out here, Fire Service Road, and found a little spot next to the road, and here we are with the bees. So we're tired, and we're hot, and the sun is still coming into the tent. So that's why we're kind of backwards in the tent tonight.
We're backwards. We're in the shade.
Yes.
The other half is open, just to let some air flow through the tent itself.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
But
you can see the stars at night.
That's right. So I think that's pretty much a wrap for day 58. That was a lot of information, probably more than you wanted. And like I said, tomorrow we wrap up 12 miles. We will also hit, shortly before we get there, we will hit the 2,000 remaining miles. So as of when we finish tomorrow, we will have less than 2,000 miles of this trail to do. So I think that's enough for tonight. Yeah. So, all right, everyone. Hope you're well, and we'll talk to you soon.
Good night.
Good night. Okay, so this is us for the night. We walked up a dirt road here, Forest Service Road, because we just couldn't go any farther today. We were tired, and there's nowhere else to go. So there were reports of a couple of little campsites up here, so we came up, and this is pretty much it, right next to the road. As you can see, we got our laundry still hanging out, but of interest this evening are the bees. They are just everywhere. They aren't like attacking us or anything, but I mean, you just look at them all over Java's socks. And they're just at everything. I mean, they're at the phone right now as I'm taking this video. They're at our water bottles. They're at anything and everything. And they're, of course, at us. So here's my rag that I clean up with at the end of the day, wipe the legs off and stuff. And they're just all over it. So that's why we're doing the video in the tent tonight.